seeing it all kind of come together with it being a day away, just what's this like?
Well, it's pretty remarkable. Once again, I just want to tip my hat to our staff. These things don't just happen. There's a lot of work that goes into this. I also have said previously, but I'll say it again, I really tip my hat to past leadership here at Texas A&M who envisioned this. This is a really big deal for our institution, not just for the athletic department, but when you think about all the things that are going on here, we just happen to be hosting one of the most important recruiting weekends for football. There's a little baseball game going to happen over there across the street tomorrow, and then of course this amazing event. So just a lot of excitement around Aggie Land, but I'm mostly just grateful for our staff for how hard they're working. There's a standard here at Texas A&M, and when I look around and I see it, I think they've surpassed it in preparation for this.
Go ahead.
Just speaking to kind of that standard, what's it kind of like to see not just this event, but I know we got the concert coming up next week, but I guess these are sort of an initial not test run, but a showing ground to show what you guys can do and maybe get not only more events, but even bigger events down here.
Yeah, and I think, look, promoters nationally and other events aren't naive. They're watching the interest in these types of events, and basically what they're looking at is ticket sales. And so we're just grateful for all the folks that are going to come out and have purchased tickets, both for this event and George Strait. But I think this is an early indicator that there's a lot of demand and a lot of opportunity at Kyle Field and all of our facilities. So it's our job to execute it at a high level, make sure our fans have a great experience. We're going to learn a lot. We'll probably do some things we wish we'd have done a better job at. But I think our team has worked extraordinarily hard, and we're going to do the very best we can. I think we're going to have a beautiful day, which, is something you can't control. But the playing conditions and the way Kyle Field, I think, will be able to just sort of embrace this event will be really remarkable.
As you I know there's still a day to go, but as you look back at the preparation for this, do you feel like with the manpower that y'all have, it's a feasible thing to replicate?
It is. It is. We've invested into an external sort of event staff that puts on these types of things. I think the thing you have to do is be a little bit careful about the schedule and the calendar, and recognizing that we also have regular operations and we have recruiting weekends and stuff. So the hard part is these events come up sometimes. It's beyond your control what the calendar is. So we'll work hard at defining on our calendar what makes the most sense. We can't overwhelm our staff. But you think even of the baseball game, our 12th man productions is going to be doing a lot of work for ESPN on that game. And so, we're pulled a little bit thin, but that's the reality of what we do. It's what we all signed up for. It's what's exciting.
It's another international soccer match down the road. Is that something that...
I guess we're getting...
There's a slide a little bit. There you go.
We didn't take into consideration the media when we were going to make sure that the field was well... there you go. That's great. I'm sorry, one more time.
The grounds crew obviously did a great job of transforming this into a soccer pitch. So, is this something that I guess hasn't happened yet, but you've proven that it can happen? Yeah. Are other soccer matches down the road something that you would look into at Kyle Field?
I think if it makes sense, we'll entertain about anything that can advance the brand of Texas A&M, and not just Texas A&M athletics, but the entire institution. This is a global brand when you really think about it, and the impact that this university has worldwide. So I think these types of events just sort of, emphasize that reality. Of course, we're going to really execute at a high level what we do every day to day, but we'll learn a lot on this, and I think it'll be highly successful. And our team's work with the promoters, that matters, how they're treated, what the hospitality looks like, and that communication will extend down the road, and hopefully there'll be more events like this here at Kyle Field.
I know they said about 70,000 sold so far. What is that number? How happy, excited, not excited? What are the emotions that come from, or the thoughts that come from that number as we're a day out?
Well, I'll tell you, first time ever hosting a soccer match at Kyle Field, we're thrilled. We think we're going to have some walk-up opportunities as well. So it's just it's hard to know what to expect when you haven't done something like this. And so you can put your best foot forward, and there can be, things beyond your control. But I think everything has really fallen in place for our team here. I think both Mexico and Brazil are going to have a remarkable experience. I think the fans are going to really enjoy this. It's an iconic venue. And, look at the field and just to see how it's been transformed into a pitch like this, I think it's really awesome.
Any kind of, going back to the volleyball day in Nebraska, in terms of kind of a novelty event and a new venue, and I know this is maybe a little different in that you're kind of partnering with, the Mexico tour.
Sure.
It's not but any kind of thing you can draw on from that experience, or just kind of deja vu, kind of going through this and seeing it come together?
Well, really what it is it's a reinforcement to not limit your imagination about the possibilities, right? I mean, and that's really what it is. It's, think creatively, think entrepreneurially. Let's not limit. Obviously, there's going to be some things. This is, again, an iconic venue. You don't just put anything in Kyle Field, right? It has to be something that I think is reflective of what this place stands for. So that'll be important. But no, it's we've got a great team. People like AC. We dream here. There's not a lot we can't do, and so we'll just keep thinking about other things. We'll present them to leadership on our campus and other places to see that what makes sense. But I would anticipate more of these types of things long term rather than less.